6:06. Will you please stand and for the Pledge of Allegiance. Council Member-elect Dr. Varona, would you lead us in the pledge?
Thank you, Vice Mayor. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
For the invocation, I don't know if the mayor had invited anybody to give the invocation.
No.
Okay, so if we just stand and have a moment of silence. Thank you. Next item on the agenda, call to the public. I think Jaime Chamberlain.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for giving me the time here. I just wanted to formally invite the City Council. This Tuesday on December 13th, we will have, I'm sorry.
For the record, could you identify yourself and give us your address, please?
Jaime Chamberlain, 1670 North Iron Gates Drive, Nogales, Arizona.
Thank you.
This Tuesday, December 13th, we will be visited by Governor Ducey. He will spend around 6 hours here in the city. We also will be hosting the U.S. Ambassador to Mexico, Roberta Jacobson, will be here also on that day. So I would love your participation, City Council. We will be finishing the day's events at my home at 11:40 in the morning. The governor should get to my home at 12:15 and leave around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I have a table set up for you for the luncheon. There will be a few words and there will be a few presentations made, some special presentations that the governor will be making at that time. So this is my invitation. I apologize for the late, for not a formal invitation or an email or something, but I'm here personally to invite you. It means a lot to the community, and it means a lot to the governor if he sees all of us together. This is a great opportunity. He'll be here all day in different meetings throughout the day. I just got word 5 minutes ago that Ambassador Jacobson will also be joining us at my home. So it'll be a pretty special day to showcase Nogales and what we have to offer. A lot of the different issues, you know, this governor is different than other ones. He doesn't want to hear all rosy things. He knows that we have a lot of challenges and a lot of issues in our community, and that's okay. You will all get a chance to speak to him at my house, and you know, if there's something really important that you need to talk to city attorney or the mayor or any of you, I think that's a great opportunity to do that in a setting that's a little bit less formal than what we're accustomed to. Same thing with the ambassador. I just think it's a great opportunity. There's a lot of people looking at Nogales and what we're doing, and a lot of the great things that we're doing. And I think that that's something that we should all be supportive of. So everyone's invited. 11:40 at my house.
Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you, on Tuesday.
Was there any more call to the public?
I don't know. That was first.
No more? Okay. Saying that there's nothing else in call to the public, we had under presentation, I don't know if it's gonna. No, okay, so on presentation, apparently we weren't able to get hold of Ms. Suzanne Paddock, so we're gonna go ahead and go to the next item, the consent agenda. And the only thing we have on the consent agenda is A, the approval of the mayor and city council regular session minute for Wednesday, November 2nd, 2016. Do we have a second? Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. I didn't hear any nays, so I guess Motion carried. I think right now at this point, we have executive session here at the end. We usually like to put it at the kind of the beginning. Is it okay to deviate at this point? Is the council okay with? Do we have a motion deviate to go to executive session at this point?
Second.
Okay, we have first. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. We're going to go ahead and go into executive session and come back and finish up with the rest of the. We're going to reconvene back at the same order for under orders. Consideration possible action of order 2016-12-084. In order the Council of the City of Nogales approving settlement agreement.
Mayor, move to approve.
We have a second. Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. And any nays? Seeing none, motion carried. All in agreement. Going back to order number 1, consideration of possible action of order 2016-12-078. Do I have a motion to approve?
Second.
All those, any discussion?
No.
Okay, being none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
No nays, motion carried. Going to number 2, consideration and possible action of order 2016-12-079. Do we have a motion to approve?
Second.
Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? None. Motion carried. Going to number 3, consideration and possible action of order 2016-12-080.
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
May.
And
But I'd like to say something.
somebody said anything?
No, I said,
Discussion?
yes.
Yes,
Looking at the agenda, I didn't see, was this item put out the bid?
yes, it was, I believe it was. Let me take a look here. That's 7-3. Let me look at this real quick, Councilman or Vice Mayor. It states that the contract to purchase an Iron Brand data collection system from National Meter and Automation Corporation, amount of 134, be approved because apparently
It was, Councilman. This was the winning proposal.
How come we didn't get a breakdown on any of the other proposals that we received?
That I don't know.
Can we see?
whereas National Meter and Automation Corporation is a sole distributor here in Arizona.
I'm reading the same one.
Is that the order is 080? No? That's the one we're on.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
In the packet, Mr. Mayor, I didn't see where it identified any of the bids that were received and the comparison on why the firm that was being selected was selected. Is anyone here that can address that?
We have.
Utility inspector.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Vice Mayor. So, National Meters, we looked at two meters. We evaluated several, probably about a half dozen meters. We got 2 bids from Census and Badger Meter. Census was roughly about 2.2 million. Badger was roughly about 1.2 million. And they're also on the state contract with, it was a joint contract, or a contract with Tempe, City of Tucson, and Scottsdale also. So we use that piggybacked off of their pricing as well.
So in essence,
It's like a state bid. See,
But they're already
we're
pre-approved.
part of a
Cooperative
cooperative
agreement.
purchasing agreement with different municipalities, and we can piggyback off their proposals and like a state bid, in other words.
that's if we have an IGA with those entities, or is that standalone?
No.
No.
We got it. I mean, it was done properly. Whether or not you want more information is something else, but the procedure that was followed was okay.
But that, I guess what I'm saying is that wasn't clarified in the agenda packet. The
No, I
process that was
understand
utilized.
it. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, if I may.
Okay, we have Mr. Barcenas. Do you have more information on this?
Yes, when we put the package, we added the contract with the city of Tempe. It's in your package, where they describe all the products that are part of the GOC, Joint Purchase Agreement. And we're members of that group of municipalities that we can piggyback in their contracts for the services that they provide. Yeah, and was reviewed by.
Well, that's part of the proposal.
Yeah, Councilman, we've agreed the procedure. The procedure's okay. That if the council wants to approve this, that's okay. The legal procedure in acquiring this is okay. But whether you need additional information or you have other questions, that's something else. But as far as the issue of was it properly received in accordance with legal requirements, yes. But it doesn't answer your question.
And that's the point I'm making is Mr. Mayor, I didn't get any information that Mr. Barcenas was saying that we were piggybacking off of somebody else's contract. They just said that they evaluated proposals and this was a proposal that they were recommending. So the question is, I didn't see any other proposals to do the comparison as to why staff was identifying that, and nor did they identify the process that they were utilizing. It gave the impression that they just basically sole sourced it and identified the contractor or vendor that they wanted to utilize and didn't identify the means by which they were making a recommendation.
No, I understand that, and then that's perfectly within your prerogative. I just wanted to assure you that the procedure followed was okay, but whether there was that information given to you, that's a different issue.
If I may, Mr. Mayor, the process that we follow, we evaluated, like Lee mentioned, several vendors. And the process that we follow, we saw that the best fit for us, because we didn't want to be the guinea pig of somebody else. So we checked who was using this. California, almost every city in California is using this system. Oro Valley, many municipalities through the state, Tempe and some of those. So we selected based on the meters and the electronics and the software that we need to collect all that information. Based on that, and you may remember, we have been working on this for over 2 years to go and try to select, because of the bad experience that we had in the past with another vendor, that we went with that, and we were really careful in evaluating this. We put, matter of fact, we put 10 or 20 meters from each vendor in the ground to test them and make sure that they provided the services that we wanted to provide. Maybe the explanation of all this work was not completely included in the agenda, but let me assure you that I think if a project that we have done in the city has been so tested and really making sure that we're getting the right thing, this is the one I really think is going to be a huge benefit. And also, Mr. Vice Mayor, you remember there was a proposal from Unisources to join forces with us to install this kind of system. But for some legal reason, they back up on the deal. They withdraw their proposal. So that's why we didn't go with them, because at that time they were proposing to join forces with them, and they already had the system installed for the electrical meters. And they said, well, why are you going to install this system that you can use our infrastructure? And But at the time that we were ready to start the contract, Unisource had withdrawn the proposal, so we didn't have a choice.
Mr. Mayor, I spoke with Unisource this morning and told them that exact thing. It was my understanding that they withdrew their proposal, and they were at a loss to understand where that was coming from because they told me that they had not withdrawn their proposal. So I don't know where there's confusion over this. So and just to further elaborate on I guess my concern, Mr. Barson, as you said that because of the poor experience we had with meters before, staff wanted to make sure that we're moving in the right direction. But again, staff made a recommendation when we opened those meters years ago, and it was council's decision that went forward with those meters. And I would prefer more information rather than less information on how staff made this decision. It would have been nice to have seen the other proposals and some comparison as to how we got to the recommendation that you're providing.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't have any of that information.
I understand that. That's probably our fault as staff, but the information is available. We had that at hand, and we went through the whole thing. If we didn't put that in the package, yes, you're right.
Okay. That's
Just to
one.
clarify one thing, Mr. Bosnas is correct. The original proposal by Unisource has been withdrawn. They have made an additional one with tons of conditions tied to the litigation, which was not acceptable. But they did withdraw it.
I'm just
I-
letting you know what
I-
I was going to say that what you just said.
There's one question I have. And here at the, I guess the bottom line is 134 for that contract with this company. And what does that include?
That includes what's listed in that invoice. That includes locating the collectors. That's little antennas that they're going to go on poles that the city has the property.
They will have maintenance of that?
They would have maintenance in that. And also they would have a piece of equipment that would collect that information, repeat it, and send that to another computer that would collect that information and transmit that right here to the building department. And that nobody would have to go and read the meters directly unless to check something in that meter. But the information would be coming in on a daily basis, every 24 hours. The information would be sent here. And the information, matter of fact, the meters are going to be reporting like every hour. So, but the batch of all that information is going to be coming every 24 hours. And that's what's in there. It's the collection system that's going to be used to get all the information.
Can I suggest something, Orlando? I've been involved with this, and it is a really neat program, and it's has a lot of benefits to the city. But I think the council needs a detailed proposal, an explanation, and for them to appreciate. That's a lot of money. That would be my suggestion.
That's fine. If
and I'm doing that because I told Carlos I'd help him since he wasn't here.
I thought that we have been going through this for so long, and we have all the paperwork that I thought an explanation of this
Mayor, I'd like
would
to
be
move
enough.
that
But
we table this
if that's
item.
not, I could do that.
We have a, no.
The
Do we have a
best-
previous motion?
I don't know, we have a motion, but the easiest way,
Mr. Mayor, I believe,
just withdraw the motion.
Mr. Barona, or Dr. Barona, you had some questions or concerns on this item?
Yes, I do. May I, Mayor?
Well, I'll let you join with city staff here and go ahead and
Oh, I'm separate from the city staff.
take the podium.
I just want to be given the opportunity of what Mr. Lucero and Mr. Machado have alluded to, and Councilman-elect Genesian and I have talked about this. If Unisource has withdrawn an offer, and that is, and I will take it as it's an accurate statement, I would like to have a public discussion with Unisource as to why they would do something like that, because the last time I talked to Mr. Lucero, he was all gung-ho about this. I agree that it should not have any kind of anchors with any kind of pending litigation. but I think we should have a discussion out in the open public so that the community understands. And I'd like to be given that opportunity to ask questions of Unisource as to why they withdrew, why they don't want to join in a partnership with the city of Nogales. The partnerships that we have should be better for the entire community. That's what I like to work with, is with partnerships, positive partnerships.
Mr.
And
Mayor,
the other,
just to clarify, you're not referring to me, you're talking about the other.
I'm talking about Larry.
I just want to make that clear.
Okay. Well, I was referred to with Unisource by Stan.
The evil brother.
Yeah, and the question that I have on the legal agreement that just bothered me while I was reading it, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Machado, is under C, the governing law jury trial. If we're going to be governed by the laws of the state of Washington, and nothing can go to trial, and nothing can be, and no claims can be arising from this, so what happens if we're not happy with the final product? What's our recourse?
No, there's recourse in the agreement. That doesn't mean that you have no recourse. That just means that the procedure followed is following the procedure set forth in Washington law.
But it says right here, the parties hereby unconditionally waive their respective rights to a jury trial or any claim arising in any way in connection with this agreement.
No. Well, you have to read it in connection with the other things in there. But anyway, I'll look at it and I'll,
Okay.
I'll
That'll
answer
do.
whatever questions you have. If they're going to table it, that'll give you more time.
I would ask the members of the council, Mayor, if you would please table it so we have an opportunity to participate in this discussion.
Mr. Mayor, I'll second that motion from the Vice Mayor.
Okay, we didn't have any other motion.
Well, no, we had a motion.
We have a motion, we have to
So-
finish
so-
that.
Yeah, there's a motion to table which supersedes, so we can just go with that.
So we can go with it, okay.
Yeah.
We have a motion to table in a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody nay? No nays? Motion
One
carries.
nay.
One nay, okay. Duly noted, Mr. Parada, nay. Motion carries. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and continue with the next order. Number 4. Consideration and possible action in order of the Council of the City of Nogales, Arizona, authorizing a contract with metering service for the water meter removal and replacement project. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Okay, we have a second? Now this had 3 bids. Supposedly this was the lowest bid. This is nothing to do with the one we just discussed.
It's related.
Are they related?
Well, they're not related with the companies, no.
They're not the
One is to leave the meters,
Okay,
the other one is to remove them. They're not related.
Right.
Okay, so that's the background of this. So, do we have a motion to approve?
I believe I.
Okay, and we have a second.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Nope. All those in favor signify by saying aye to approve. Aye. Any nays? Nope. Being none, motion carried. Okay, thank you. We go to number 5, consideration and possible action of order 2016-12-082. In order the Council of the City of Nogales, Arizona approving an intergovernmental agreement with the City of Phoenix regarding joint use of its business intelligence system.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of approving this order signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Number 6, consideration and possible action of order 2016-12-083, an order of the Council of the City of Nogales, Arizona, canvassing and declaring the results of the municipal general election held on November 8, 2016.
Newbar,
Have a motion to approve?
Second.
Newbar, that's the one you wanted tabled, right?
Oh, do we have anybody representing Mr.
I
Duper?
don't think there was any numbers put to it, right?
Oh, we just got it.
Linda wants to take.
I think Linda wants to tell you, Linda. Do you have anybody?
I want a recount. I'm looking for hanging chads.
I think you got the numbers over here.
The Green Party wants a recount?
The great part.
And the numbers are that,
I'm sorry, who moved that and who seconded it? I'm doing Carlos today.
We have-
And second.
to approve, any discussion?
Who seconded?
Well, the only discussion is what's here in the information, and I don't know if anybody might not have all the information, but our high vote getter, aside from George Maldonado, we already did the last time on this one, is Dr. Barona. And Nubar Henesian came in second, Linda came in third, Mrs. Rushton, and Henry Olguin came in fourth. So we take the top two, and that was Dr. Barona and Mr. Henesian, and Linda was just shy away. Maybe she had a right to call, what was that?
Hanging chads.
But being the good citizen and everything, she didn't want to put the community through another election count, so we are here before the council, ready to approve this order, so all those in favor?
May I say something? Thank
Yes, Dr. Alonso, take the floor.
Well, I was there at the primary in the general election. I just want to take the opportunity to thank Leticia Robinson. She stayed and watched over. It's nice to see city employees making sure the city of Nogales policies are followed through, because there's been some concerns about elections among this community that are run by the county. And Mrs. Robinson, the primary, I left after 1 in the morning, and in the general, I left a little after midnight. Mrs. Robinson left after I left, and she was there throughout the process, available, and I watched her, how observant she was of the entire process to make sure everything was running very smoothly. And I thought Mrs. Robinson did one very excellent job protecting the interest of the city of Nogales, and I want to compliment Mrs. Robinson and thank you for a job well done, Mrs. Robinson.
While we're on that subject, I think I'll take a moment and thank all the candidates in this election for the city council. It was amazing. I've never seen anything like it. It was very smooth. You all complimented each other. There was no fights, no struggles, no nothing. Just put yourselves out there. You spoke out on the issues you believed in, and you left it for the voters to decide. And you were very amiable amongst yourselves. I thought that was a great example of what the leadership should show when they're running for a position for our community as an elected official. Thank you very much for that example.
Mr. Mayor, when is the swearing in? When did he get sworn in?
It's January the 3rd at 10 o'clock in the morning. And it's going to be right here at City Hall.
There we go. And you're all invited. Thank you. Okay, going now to...
Did we vote on it?
Pardon me?
Have we already voted?
No, we haven't voted on that.
Yeah,
We need to vote.
Oh, wow. So much talk here. We got sidetracked. Yes. So, yes, we have the motion and the second and discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Now, let's go to the ordinance. Ordinance 8-1, I believe the recommendation was to table it.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm requesting that this ordinance be tabled for the next meeting. We've met with the municipal court, and the judge made some suggestions that I think were very reasonable and should be included. I'd ask that it be tabled till the next meeting.
Okay, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of approving to table this order, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? Motion carried. And now we're down to city manager's report. I don't know if you have any words.
Nope.
We have number 11, future agenda items.
Mr. Mayor, I would like to request that we have a special meeting before the end of the year to recognize the outgoing council members.
I believe that's in order, and I believe we will do that. I don't think we need a motion on that. We're gonna make sure we have another meeting and have, again, after all, I think between the 3 councilmen that are going up, we have probably over 20 years of service. 10? 12? 8?
16.
16. Oh my gosh, over 30. That's 12, 16,
I can keep the
20,
insurance.
28, 28, and then we have Mr. Acosta with 4. That's 32 years between all 3 years. So definitely we want to make sure we'll go ahead and check up on what day we can do that. Make sure that, especially that the councilmen that are leaving will be here and have that recognition. Thank you. I'll thank you right now for that amount of service for our community.
It's been a pleasure.
No, it's and it's been great to be working with all of you. Wait for the ceremony. We'll wait for the ceremony and finish it up. But again, thank you very much. And any other future agenda item? Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn? So moved. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Meeting adjourned.